Shalom, shalom, shalom to the 12 tribe that scattered abroad. How y'all doing today, Israel? How y'all doing today? First of all, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. We like to give all praise and honor to him, man, and give most honor, man. We supposed to glorify the Most High, not ourselves, not the next man, but the Most High. We got to glorify him. That's what the Messiah did. He glorified his Father. So why not us? Next, I just want to say, I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, comment to this channel. Because I want to bring something new to this channel called True Friday. True Talk Friday. Meaning, we're going to discuss true events. We're going to discuss the accurate biblical things that happen in the Bible, of the Bible. We're going to discuss it, if we have a debate. We're going to find out what's going on. It's the True Talk Friday nights. That's what I want to start. So it'll be nice if y'all can like, share, subscribe, and comment. Now today, class, y'all get y'all King James Version with the Apocrypha out. We're going to be in Genesis chapter 26. Remember, we left off in Genesis chapter 25 when Rebekah gave birth to the twin boys, Esau and Jacob. One came out red all over like a hairy garment. The elders going to serve the younger. Remember, God told Rebekah all these things because she was inquired. She went to inquire of the Lord, to ask the Lord to find out these things. And he told her. And you know that the blessing supposed to have been went to the firstborn. But the Most High had already told her in Genesis 25, verse 22, I think, when he said that the elder was going to serve the younger, and two nations was in her womb, two manner of people going to be separated from her bowel, one people going to be stronger than the other, and the elder going to serve the younger. And the first came out all red. That was Esau. They called his name Esau. And his brother grabbed the back of his head and came out with what I did not say in that is when we read Genesis chapter 25 and 25, and it said that Esau came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, and they said his brother came out, and they said his brother, and after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau heel, and his name was called Jacob. They didn't describe Jacob, but they described who Esau was, because it's the first time this man hit this world. It's the first time the red man, the so-called white man, hit this world. See, they ain't called Jacob, said Jacob came out this color, and said because Jacob looked like everybody else in the world. See, Esau, they got melanated in their skin, but they got a little melanated. They are red people. So that's why the phrase gonna always come up. Who is Esau? Because like I said, when you read back in Genesis chapter 10 about the tables of the nation, you find out that the Japhite was these European people, because the owl what he gave them. God gave them the owl, the Japhites. So who is Esau for real, according to the Bible? But they did describe Jacob, because Jacob looked like everybody else, melanated skin. So we're going to pick back up today in Genesis chapter 26. So everybody there, and we can get started. This is the book of Genesis chapter 26, verse 1. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. Now, remember, back in the days of Abraham, this precept, let's go get the precept. The first famine back in the days of Abraham That gonna be in the book of Genesis chapter. I thought I had wrote the precept down. Here we go. I did wrote it down. I was at the job when I did. I wrote it in the phone. I forgot. Okay, the first feminine in Abraham days was Genesis chapter, go to the book of Genesis chapter 12. I know I had wrote it down. Verse 10. And it say, this is the book of Genesis chapter 12, verse 10. I'm going to start verse 9. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. So the first famine was in the land, and that was the first famine with Abraham, when it read like the first famine and Abraham. So you can Genesis chapter 26 and 1 and Genesis chapter 12 and 10 is the precept. You can precept them together. That's just backing up. That is clarify the subject that Abraham, how they said when it said, and there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. So we went back and read and just read was that. You can find that in 12 and 10, Genesis 12 and 10. Let's finish reading back to Genesis chapter 26, verse 1 again. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Amalek, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. Now Isaac went back to Amalek, the king of the Philistines. Amalek. Now Amalek can mean just a title for the king of the Philistine. That what Amalek can mean. Remember, Amalek was one when Abraham told. Matter of fact, let's just get the precept for it. This was when Abraham was telling the book of Genesis chapter 20 verse 2. And it reads, and Abraham said, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 20, verse 2. And Abraham said of Sarah, his wife, she is my sister. And Amalek, king of Ger, sent and took Sarah. Remember, this is the one who Abraham told that's his sister. And he had came and took Abraham's wife. So there's another king, but they call him Amalek. Because that's just another name for the king of Philistine. Verse 2. And the Lord appeared back to Genesis chapter 26, verse 2. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. So the Lord told him, don't go down in Egypt. It's what he telling Isaac. This is what he telling Isaac. Verse 2 again from the top. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, so the Lord appeared to Isaac in a dream and said, go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. This phone, it keep jumping. Bear with me, family. Bear with me. We gonna get it. So he told Isaac, don't go not into Egypt. Unto thy seed will I give this land. He said, go not into Egypt. Why this thing keep doing that, man? I got to get me some setup. I got to get me a setup. He told him, go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Who else he did that to? Go to Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Remember, he told Abraham the same thing. Remember, he got Abraham up out of the land of his father. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will shew thee. And he just told Isaac, don't dwell into Egypt. Don't go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Same thing what he told Abraham. See, he said, remember he told Abraham until he gonna get his the promise to Abraham and to Abraham's seed after him. Isaac your seed after him. Let's go. Verse 3. Book of Genesis chapter 26, verse 3. Sojourning in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. It says, start over from the top again. Sojourning in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. So he told Isaac to dwell in the country, the land where he finna show him. He want him to sojourn in this land. In this land, the same land that he promised Abraham. He telling Isaac the same thing. He said, I will be with thee. He told him to sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee. And what else he said? And will bless thee. Genesis chapter 12, verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation. I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. Isaac is part of Abraham, made Abraham's name great, and he became a blessing. And that's the same thing God finna do to Isaac. He finna bless Isaac too. He said, I will give sojourning in this country, 3 from the top again, sojourning in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. So he said, unto these countries he will give all this. He said, Genesis, go to the book of Genesis, chapter 12, verse 7. Precept. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, unto thy seed will I give this land. Same thing he telling Isaac. And there built he an altar unto the Lord who appeared unto him. Man, I can't touch this mud for nothing. Come on. Okay. He said the oath that he made, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. So he told Isaac, the same oath that he swear unto Abraham, he gonna give it to him too. Go to the book of Genesis chapter 22. Because we finna get this sworn thing where he swore I will give all these countries and will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. The book of Genesis chapter 22 and verse 16. This is the book of Genesis chapter 22 verse 16. And said, by myself have I sworn, said the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son. And then you got one in Psalms 105 and 9, which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac. That's a good one too. Precept. Let's continue. Verse 4. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven. Descendant. He'll make thy descendant to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thee thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nation of the earth be blessed. Where he said that in? Precept, Genesis 12 and 3. The book of Genesis chapter 12 verse 3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Genesis chapter 22 and verse 18. And thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. because thou hast obeyed my voice. That did it again. I ain't even for the best with it no more, man. For real. Golly, man. Come on, man. Okay, verse 4 again from the top. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven. Remember, he told Abraham that look up in the sky, count the stars. That's how that's how he was gonna multiply his descendants. I think it was in the early Genesis when we read. I ain't got a precept in my Bible right now, and the phone acting crazy. Let's continue. And will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Verse 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, what I told you is all about obedience. Abraham obeyed his voice. Noah obeyed his voice. Build me an ark, Noah. Obeyed the voice of the Messiah. Obeyed the voice of obeyed the voice of Yahweh, Yahweh, the Most High. He obeyed it's all about obedience. Because that verse 5 again, because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statute, and my law. He kept his charge, his commandment, his statute, and his laws. He obeyed the Most High. Verse 6, and Isaac dwelt in Gerar. So Isaac dwelt in Gerar. Verse 7, and the men of the place asked him of his wife. And he said, she is my sister. Remember, Abraham said the same thing. Now his son doing it. For he feared to say, she is my wife. Lee said he, the man of the place, should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. Remember, fair means beautiful. She was beautiful. She was real beautiful. Verse 8, and it came to pass when he had been there a long time. Now he'd been in Gerar for a long time. He'd been in Gerar for a long time. Remember, this Esau's and Jacob mama and dad. And it came, 8 again from the top. And it came to pass when he had been there a long time that Amalek, king of the Philistines, looked out at a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah, his wife. Sporting, courting. He was courting with his wife. That's what he seen. That's what Amalek seen. Verse 9, and Amalek called Isaac and said, behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidest thou, she is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, because I said, least I die for her. Remember, Abraham got caught up with the same thing with the Egyptian? Even with Amalek them too. Remember, Abraham did it twice. Told Sarah, say that she his sister. And with the Egyptian and Amalek them, the Philistine. Now Isaac doing the same thing, and the man seen it. Now he caught it. And he asked, he said, for sure he should, that's your wife. And how saidest thou? She is my sister. And Isaac said unto him, because I said, least I die for her. Verse 10, and Amalek said, what is this thou hast done unto her? Remember, God came to Amalek in the dream for Abraham. I think that was Amalek. Amalek, the Egyptian, Pharaoh. Man, I'm so scared to touch the phone. He gonna act so stupid. I'm finna find that precept. Let me see. Let's see what this say right here. And it came to pass when he... Okay, the Lord sent plagues upon Pharaoh, upon his house, when he took Sarah. Okay. Let's go find the other one. But he did the same, Isaac did the same thing. You know, that the Most High did Pharaoh like that when he had took Abraham wife Sarah. He sent plagues upon Pharaoh. I can't find the one with about Amalek, because it was 2 times he had said it though. Let's continue. Verse 10 from the top again. And Amalek said, what is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lain with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. Verse 11. So Amalek was telling him somebody could have laid with his wife and brought guiltiness upon them. That's verse 10. But he would fear, just like Abraham, he would fear that he might die for Rebekah. That's why he told him that. The same thing Abraham did. Let me see. Here we go. The book of Genesis. The book of Genesis chapter 20, verse 9. Then Amalek called Abraham and said unto him, what hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. So I told it was twice. It was with Pharaoh. He lied. He told him that was Sarah, his sister, and then Abraham turned around. Amalek, he said the same thing, and he said the same thing with the other king said to Isaac. And Amalek said, "What is this?" Genesis chapter 26, where we read in verse 10, and the precept Genesis chapter 20, verse 9. That's the precept to Genesis chapter 26, verse 10. But Genesis chapter 26, verse 10. And Amalek said, what is this thou hast done unto us? Genesis chapter 29. Then Amalek called Abraham and said unto him, what hast thou done unto us? Precepts. That's all they be, precepts. Let's continue. I just wanted to get that precept, let y'all know that I knew what I was talking about, but it was two. He said it twice. Now this Isaac, they're doing it now. Verse 11. And Amalek, Genesis chapter 26, verse 11. And Amalek charged all his people, saying, he that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. So he know that Isaac is a God-fearing man. He know that Isaac God is powerful. He know God, Isaac God. Because this is what he just told his people. He said, anybody put any charge against this man, he that touches this man or his wife, they shall surely be put to death. He was going to kill him. There was Amalek telling his people. Verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land. Isaac planted. He planted seed. He sowed. And received in the same year an 100-fold. And in that same year, he received 100-fold. The same year he sowed. Abraham was going to be a blessing. And his seed after him were going to be blessed. So the father is blessing Isaac. He planted in the same year, that he sowed in that land. That same year he sowed it in, meaning plant his seed. He planted, he gardened. The same year he did that, he received 100-fold out of his garden. He said, then I sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the Lord blessed him. He blessed him. Verse 13. And the man waxed great. He waxed great just like his dad, Abraham. He waxed great. Remember, Abraham already gave him all that he had. So he was already great. This just made him even greater. Just showing you how rich we was, man. We wasn't no poor people as they nominate us, as they show us. We wasn't no poor people. When they be showing the Messiah and that Jesus Christ stuff on TV and how he be dressed, no, sir, buddy. No, sir. Nigga, we royalty. We are holy people. We royalty. That's why he said we laid back. We stylish. Y'all know our swag, man. Everybody try to steal our swag. The Native American, the Hispanic, and the blacks, we got a swag out of this world. They know our swag. Let's continue. Verse 13, and the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great. So he waxed great and he moved forward, kept moving forward, but he he became very great. Verse 14. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds and great store of servants, and the Philistine envied him. So he had a possession of stock, flocks, and a great store of servants. And the Philistine, Amalek them, they envied him. They envied him because he had all these. Now, what God told Abraham, he that blesses him shall be blessed. He that curses him shall be cursed. Now, the whole time Isaac was living in this land, getting blessed, Amalek them were getting blessed too now. Cause they look what he did for him. Look what Amalek told him. Say, anybody touch the man, blah this, blah that, they're gonna be surely put to death. So they getting blessed. Let's read. Let's continue. See what's going on. Verse 15. For all the wells which his father's servant had digged in the days of Abraham, his father, the Philistine had stopped them and filled them with earth. So this the wickedness they started doing. The envy. They envy them now. Now all the wells that Abraham's servant had dug and found water and stuff, they go back behind them and fill them up with dirt. Put earth back in them. Close them back up. That's what they do. This the envy. Why is they envy? As long as you bless him, you'll get blessed. But once you curse him, look what they did. They cursed him. You're going to be cursed. It ain't then you're going to be able to stop because Most High got him. Then the Most High said, dwell in the land that I show thee, that I tell thee, and I'm going to be with thee. He with him. So there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do to him. Nothing. He going to get blessed. His father was a blessing. He a blessing. His father's name is made great through him. Let's continue. Verse 16. And Amalek said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. This is what Amalek said to Isaac. Go from us. You know, if the Messiah gonna bless him while he blessing him, because they blessed him, he ain't gonna bless more, give you more than him. Not his servant, not his chosen. This is my chosen seed. So yes, he gonna have more than you. He said you are mighty and greater. You are mightier than us. Quite sure he is. More richer. More powerful. That's why they want him to get away. They feel he gonna turn on and probably take their city, but no. He already know what promise were given to him. But it's not his time yet to get the land. Let's keep going. Verse 17. And Isaac departed thence and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. So he pitched his tent in the valley. He left amongst what he was with the Philistine in Gerar and went to the valley and pitched his tent there and dwelt there. Verse 18. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father. For the Philistine had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their name after the names by which his father had called them. So when Abraham them after death, that's when they stopped them up. They filled the wells up with earth, right? But Isaac went back and undigged them, and he called them the same name that his father had called him. Verse 19. And Isaac's servant digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water. So he found there a well of springing water in the valley. Verse 20. And the herdsman of Gerar did scribe with Isaac, herdman. the Salaki, 20 again from the top. And the Herman of Gerah, Amalek now, they scribe with Isaac, Herman. So Amalek Herman of Gerah and Isaac Herman, they scribe together, meaning they work together. And what else it say? Saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they scrolled with him, because they worked with him. So he called it Esek. Verse 21. And they digged another well and scrolled for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah. So they did two wells together. They scrolled together twice. One was called Esek and the other was called Sitnah. Verse 22. And he removed from this. So he removed from this. Who removed from this? Isaac. He removed from this. And digged another well. So he removed from these other two wells and digged another well. And for that, they scrolled not. So the Herman of Gerah, they ain't scrolled this on the third one. He ain't scrolled with him this time. He did this alone by himself. With his Herman, with his servant. It said, verse 22 from the top again. And he removed from thence and digged another well. And for that they scrolled not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, for now the Lord had made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. He called it Rehoboth, because the Lord had made room for them. Now they finna be fruitful in the land of Gerah, where they in the valley, the valley of the land of Gerah. Verse 23. And he went up from this to Beersheba. So now he done left from Gerah and went to Beersheba. Verse 24. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham, thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. He said he will be with him and multiply his seed. For whose sake? Abraham's sake. A faithful servant. For his servant's sake. He doing all this for Abraham's sake. But this is what he promised Abraham. He made the promise to Abraham. Now he's making the promise to Isaac. Let's keep going. Verse 25. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servant digged a well. Verse 26. Then Amalek went to him from Gerah, and Ahazah, one of his friends, this is Gerah's friend, and Pishko, the chief captain of his army. So this the chief captain. This Amalek people now. Verse 27. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me? Remember Amalek told him to get from him because they more mighty than them. Now Abraham had asking them, why y'all come to me? Let's continue. Verse 27 from the top again. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me, seeing you hate me and have sent me away from you? Isaac said, seeing you hate me and y'all sent me away from you, so why is you coming to me now? Your blessing ain't, y'all ain't getting blessed like y'all were getting blessed when I was out there, when I was dwelling amongst y'all, huh? When I was dwelling amongst y'all, y'all were getting blessed. The blessing ain't like that no more. Y'all sent me away. Let's keep going to find out what's going on. Verse 28. And they said, we saw certainly that the Lord was with thee, huh? I'm going to bless those who bless thee. I'm going to curse those who curse thee. Now they seen that the Lord was with him because he was getting blessed. He's a blessing. The Most High was blessing him. So everywhere he was, it don't matter what. Pay attention when we read. Because it don't matter. When the Most High with you, no matter where you at, who you around, if it not an Israelite and you dwell in their land and they blessing you, not cursing you, they gonna get blessed too. You see, they said what they said. We see that the Lord was with you. Verse 28 again from the top. And they said, we saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, let there be now an oath between us, even between us and thee. And let us make a covenant with thee. Now they want to make a covenant with thee. Because why? They think he going to do something to him? He ain't going to do nothing to him unless the Most High tell him to do something to him. Y'all ain't cursed him. Y'all just told him to get from around y'all. Or y'all were feared that he was more mighty than y'all. Y'all thought he was going to take over and take y'all land and take y'all country, whatever. Take y'all flocks. But that's what we all about, humbleness. We got to humble ourselves. That's the whole thing. Obedience. Humble. When you humble yourself, you will obey. You will stay in meekness. Always. Now they want to make a covenant with thee. Verse 29. That thou wilt do us no hurt. See, I told they thought because he was mightier than them. They thought he was going to do something to them, kill them or something. Take their land, take their women. No. That's only if the Most High tell us to do that. Verse 29 again from the top. That thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, see? And have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. They did no harm. They sent away. They did good around. That's why they were getting blessed too. That's exactly why they were getting blessed too. But he gained so much around them, it scared them. And they're like, man, look at all these flocks and stuff. He getting more mightier. Look at all them servants he got. He got more mighty than us. He got more servants than we. We got more men than us. We got to get them from around us. We got to get them from around us. This ain't the first time you're going to hear this story right here. They ain't going to be the same story. Going to be another nation doing the same thing to us. But they're going to want to get us from around. They're going to want to take over. We going to get to it. As a matter of fact, it's in the next book that we read. Verse 30. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. So Isaac made a feast, and they did eat and drink. Verse 31. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and swear one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. So they rose up, and they made a swear to one another. And Isaac sent them away, departed, and they departed from him in peace. Verse 32. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servant came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, we have found water. Verse 33. And he called it Shabbat. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. Verse 34. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beer the Hittite, African, and Bashmath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. Verse 35. Which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebekah. He said, which was a grief of mine a grief of mine unto Isaac and Rebekah. Let me get the definition of grief. Ain't what I mean to mash. Come on. Them were doing everything but the right thing. Wow. Don't worry, I go and Google. I was trying to put it up in the thing in the Bible where I got. That's why I wanted to put it up in there and get it. Google don't do right. Okay, here we go. Grief. Deep sorrow, especially that caused by someone's death. I'm gonna give you some words. Sorrow, misery, sadness, anguish, pain, distress, agony, torment, affliction, suffering, heartache, heartbreak. So this what Esau brought towards him when he met, because they ain't one of their children. It didn't matter with Esau, but what it said here, it said, and Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Ber the Hittite, and Bathsheba, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah, which was a sorrow of mind, a misery of mind, a broken heartbreaking to Isaac and Rebekah. He went against what he supposed to be. Well, he went against what he ain't supposed to be did. But that's just something that they ain't wanted them to do, I guess. I don't know about Esau, but I know Jacob. But that was the end of chapter 26. And we will pick up with chapter 27. That's a whole chapter. That's a whole chapter. But we will pick up with Genesis chapter 27 eventually soon. And man, like I say, remember what you read. You can always go back to the beginning, start all the way back over and read all the way back up as we read along, or read back over the chapter what we read of. Study to show thyself approved. Just study reading. And as you read, use that Google. They gave us these smart objects. Use them. Take advantage of it. That's how you get all your information. Some information might be tarnished with, but majority you're going to get some good information. You scramble through and look through things. Study to show ourselves approved, man. You know, I read a lot. It just read. And then, you know, I might keep reading over and over again, but then I'll run up on words and stuff. And I just want to look the definition of these words up so I can get a better meaning of the word. When I get a better meaning of the word, then I can get a better understanding of this verse. What it's saying. See, like I said, cause English give out a lot of definition. So it's good to use that Greek and that Hebrew definition. I like it, and I get a better understanding. I read the English definition, but like I said, English give you so many definitions. And then you go to the Hebrew and the Greek, it gets straight to the point. Exactly what this book, what that verse talking about. And man, it's a wonderful thing to sit here and try to get a good understanding with my people. You know, one of the laws is love thy brother as you love yourself. So by me loving my brother is me teaching my brother the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of the Most High. That's showing a lot of love. Like the scriptures say, there's no bigger love, no greater love than a brother laying his life down for his neighbor, his brother. So that's what I'm doing. I'm laying my life down for my brothers and my sisters. Because y'all know about we teaching this, eventually this going to cause death upon us. The same way they did Peter them, the 12 disciples, it coming back. It ain't going to be, we ain't going to be, they going to punish us for teaching the word of God. Remember when they told them don't speak that name, Jesus, don't speak that name. And they was getting beheaded, going to prison, all types of stuff to the 12 tribes. Well, to the 12 disciples. And anybody who that teach that word, who teach the word of Yahweh Shai, the word of God. And they gonna get back like that. And that's what he said, it's gonna be effeminate in the land, not effeminate of water, not effeminate of food, but effeminate of the word. Because they gonna stop us from going out there teaching the word. They gonna really try to put fear in our heart. But we're gonna do the same thing with the 12 disciples got. He had the 12 disciples and 70, what he said, and 70 elders. Same way. Same way. I am Israel, a true seeker of Yahweh. Like, share, subscribe, and comment on this channel, man. It's a lot. It's a lot we got to learn. It's a lot we got to know and go through. It's a lot. So, with that being said, we want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Man, that was a good reading lesson right there, man. Like I said, y'all read over. Never put the book down. Just keep reading. Steady reading. Give them time. You can give them 10 minutes of your day. 10 minutes. Give them 10 minutes. All of a sudden, 10 minutes going to turn to 20. 20 going to turn into 40. 40 going to turn into 60. 60 going to turn into, 80? And then next thing you know, you'll be getting them hours and hours. You'll find yourself. Man, you'll find yourself. But I appreciate that y'all giving me y'all ear. Because he said, he that have an ear, let him hear. Whether for y'all hear or whether for y'all forbear, I'm going to still speak the word of God. With that being said, I want to give a shout out to the 12 tribes scattered abroad and say happy Shabbat. Shalom to the family that's scattered abroad, that's scattered all the way out, man. Man, y'all had a great and wonderful Sabbath, because if it get ready to come in the next hour, where most places start eating right now, it's out to 5. But when the sun down, Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes that scattered abroad. Kwam Yasharala.